woke up this morning and I prayed to the Most High. The sun is shining so bright. I'm blessed to live this life. Yahawashi, blessed be Yahawah, blessed be Yahawashi. Shalawam.
Shalawam.
Most High willing sisters are doing well through the spirit. Hold on. Okay. But welcome to the Helpmeets Hangout. Because this is where the Helpmeets hang out. Hey, welcome to the Helpmeets Hangout. Because this is where the Helpmeets hang out. Hey, hey.
Oh my bad, y'all. I just seen the spider and the spider web. Caught me off guard.
All praises to the Most High, sis, that she was able to tune in while we live.
Con, all praises.
Let me grab these notes real quick.
Okay,
so before we get into it today, Abarriyah is going to bring out those foundational precepts, and then we can get straight into the topic. Waste no time.
4 and 11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Yahawah giveth, that Yahawah in all things may be glorified through Yahawah Mashiach, to whom be praised the men forever and ever. Amen. So, Con, y'all, everything we say and speak and do want to be pleasing in the sight of Yahawah. Everything we speak and do want to glorify the Most High Yahawah with everything, because it is only His ability that we're able to get on here. So I'll praise the Most High.
All praises. So today's topic is going to be about the dangers of what goes on in the house stays in this house. And I'm not sure if other communities have like that stigma of what goes on in the house stays in the house type of thing, or have been passed down through different generations. But as far as like the Black community or a Black household, a lot of the times, parents will say, what goes on in this house, stay in this house. And I feel like it's a fine line between like being discreet and then things that are secrets that I guess will be shameful and that people don't want to be exposed, and it came because I was watching sometimes I watch different stuff. I don't always watch TV, but it's this show called the Karamo Show, and he's a therapist mainly for the Black community, which I really appreciate. But it be a lot of stuff that kind of go on. But I also seen it was this clip that I saw on TikTok where it's somebody that's in the public eye. They were talking about how they don't have a good relationship with their family because they family used to try to play house or whatever. And so I kind of wanted to talk about that and provide a space for healing for sisters, even if it's something that you haven't experienced or know about, then it's edifying. And also, if you know anybody, it could be edifying and helpful for them too. So, hold on, let me see. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was kind of what I was talking about, how it's a fine line between being discreet and versus secrets. And I wanted to know your thoughts on that. Like that fine line in between being discreet versus having those secrets.
Well, I guess my question would be, what it, what is there to be discreet about when it comes to like growing up in a black household? Like, what would you be discreet about? What
I
needs
mean,
to be
in the word, it tells sisters that we need to learn how to be discreet. So basing it off of being biblical, um, basically more so like modesty, being discreet about, um, I guess also talking about things that you have going on as far as like projects and things like that. Sometimes you just want to just pop out and be like, this is what I'm doing. Like if you have a business idea or something, like you don't have to talk about everything that you're doing or, oh, hey, my family, we getting the house renovated. Like you don't have to talk about that. Like, certain things because not everybody is always happy for you. So for me, more so being discreet, it would be, you know, okay, if we getting some things done in the house, we don't have to go around telling people that okay, we're getting a house renovated or we're getting a new swimming pool in the backyard or just different stuff like that because I don't know, some people they just don't be happy for you. So that's how I feel about it.
I agree. I was more so talking about growing up. Like, nine times out of ten, I'm talking about children. Like, nine times out of ten, kids don't know to be modest. And so I'm not talking about, how to be discreet now as an adult. So I'm more so saying, if we're talking about growing up in a black household, well, how do children be discreet? Like, what does that look like? How do we draw the line between being discreet and then keeping things a secret that shouldn't be kept a secret? Is what I was really more so going into.
I mean, when you're growing up, I still feel as though that's the same thing. I don't feel like you have to wait till you get older to learn how to be modest. I don't think you have to wait till you get older to know it's certain, like, you don't have to share everything with everybody. When it comes to certain things, like, I would explain it that same way. Even if, um, my child wasn't to understand, I would still continue to communicate with them like, hey, we don't have to tell everybody that we get a new swimming pool in the backyard, or we don't have to tell everybody that, these things are going on because, sometimes everybody's not happy for you. You know what I'm saying? But as far as being a child, I mean, what you mean?
Yeah, because kids, they tell everything.
That's the
Literally,
point.
like kids,
That's what I'm saying.
they tell everything. Like, like, if you want to know something, a kid is gonna tell you. Children, they don't know how to keep their mouth closed about stuff at all. Like they be putting the whole family business on Front Street. Like I came, like one of the students that I work with, she tells you everything. She came to school one day. She said, "Yeah, there's mouses in our house. There's a mouse in our house," and I was like, "Okay." So that just goes to show kids will tell you anything. They'll tell you what's going on in their house. They'll tell you if anything's happening. But I think like when it comes to, and it's funny that we're doing this topic because I just seen a video. I just seen a video yesterday, literally. I think it was on YouTube where this little girl, she was in her towel. I'm gonna show it to y'all. I'm gonna show it to y'all. She was in her towel and she said that her uncle came and got her out the shower and took her out the shower because he needed to take a shower. So dad is like flipping out. He's going off. And I think he was like Nigerian. So he's like, so his accent was real strong. And then the mom comes in and she's basically telling him like, you bugging out, you tripping, because that's her brother. And so I think sometimes like we excuse people's inappropriate behavior because, oh, that's my brother, he would never do that. Oh, that's my uncle, he wouldn't do that. Oh, baby, he didn't mean to do that. Stuff like that. So let me see if I can find it real quick. Actually, no, it was on Instagram. Dang it! Oh my god, I don't even remember who page I seen it on. It was on Instagram. I'm remembering now. Dang, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to kind of, so maybe I can try to pull it up later. But I think sometimes we, um, and trigger warning, like if kids are getting touched or things happening inappropriate, I think sometimes we try to cover it up.
Con, uh, Sister Gia said, "Don't tell our family business," is what we were told back in the day. Those things that should have been talked about was brushed under the rug because it's always don't tell our person. Yeah, yeah. Or like Sister Abarriyah was saying, like, oh well, my brother could never do that. Like, no, your brother is the main one. Like, you know, and I feel like you should definitely have that space where, your children should be able to come and talk to you, like, you know, if anything is going on, because people can appear to be one way while you're watching, and then when you not, it take a little split second, then you don't be there, and then they bug acting weird. So I think,
Oh, okay. I'm in my brain trying to recall where did I see that, where did I see that, and I remember. So I'm gonna play it for y'all. So
okay, we covered that. But yeah, I definitely think, a lot of the things, I think the sister said she think it stems from slavery too, because slaves didn't want their slave owners to know what was happening in their home. Con, your home is supposed to be a safe haven. And a lot of our people, I think we talked about like our people not going to therapy before in a different episode. And I think, excuse me, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry y'all. Um, I think a lot of that definitely stems from that too. Like like
I
not
think a
having
lot.
the courage enough to speak up about it because you feel like you're gonna get in trouble or something like that.
I think a lot of it stems from slavery. Remember, he was just talking about post traumatic slave disorder. Like a lot of our people struggle with a lot of the anxiety and stuff like that. A lot of that is very prominent in the Black community. A lot of it is because of slavery. Like slavery did a number on our people, and I don't even think we really grasp that for real. Like a lot of that stuff stems from. So I can definitely see that. But here's the video. So in the caption, it just and the and it says mom protects uncle after he took her child out the shower. So like that's what I'm saying. Like there should be, yeah, Stockholm syndrome. There should be certain lines drawn. Y'all know, like growing up, they would, if you had and some people, y'all know growing up, well, I don't know if this specifically happened in your household, but I know something that was I was common hearing was like, if I was, let's say I was walking around the house now, had some very, very low shorts on. Let me say that. Very, very small shorts. Well, if so and so was coming to the house, uncle this or uncle that, I'll go put some clothes on. Did y'all, hear that growing up? And how did y'all like how would y'all like how y'all feel about that? Because some
Yeah.
people would be like, I think I seen something. I can't remember, but I think I seen a post and somebody basically was saying like they basically saying how like it wasn't right, kind of like you shouldn't have to like put clothes on because they shouldn't look at you anyway, or something like that, something like that.
Mm. I haven't experienced that before, but I don't know. I never really dressed like that anyway for my family to say put clothes on because clothes were just already on. So I didn't experience that. Well, I forgot you was about to show us the video.
Fair use. Fair use.
Uncle, take me out of the shower. I was taking a shower. Uncle, take me out of the damn shower. Uncle. Why you begging? Relax. You look out of whack.
That's the type of energy I'm talking about. Mm, okay.
So that just kind of was a prime example. Like the mom, she was like, chill out, you out of whack, like you doing too much. She didn't even care to hear what her daughter was saying. Like she didn't even care to hear nothing her daughter was saying because that's my brother. What do you mean? And so, like, I think we shouldn't be so quick to tell our children to hush, or it's not that serious. He didn't mean to. Like that's a violation of privacy. I don't know if it's real or if they just did that just for like edification purposes, that you shouldn't do stuff like that. But she's a young girl, so you don't go busting in there because dads don't even walk in on their daughters or shouldn't. And so, what
Mm.
makes you think as an uncle you're supposed to do that? So, I just think
To
that was
take her out the shower, that just really made me mad because
on earth. Would you think that's
why you didn't just knock on the door and be like, hurry up,
right?
like, or
Exactly.
something.
So
Like,
I think that was a great. That's what I'm saying. It's a spirit. I think that was a great, just to show like just being so quick to just shun stuff off, brush stuff off, like oh, like it's not that big of a deal. Like chill out. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah,
okay, the sister
exactly.
said it was a prank. I be really thinking like the internet, it be pranks that
Right.
they just be going too far. Stuff be going too far
Right.
because
Because look,
that
fathers
could
don't
be a real life situation.
exactly, and you over here triggering folks.
You don't know what people then went through,
Crazy
but I
child.
definitely think, like Sister Gill was saying, like sweeping that stuff under the rug is not healthy, and I think what really hurts my heart is when I hear about like sisters will tell their mom that like something happened to them, and the mom is either upset with them, don't believe them, or will say like it's their fault that something happened to them. And I think that really does something to the mental, as you age and get older. um
Yeah, it does. Because that's could be considered a form of like neglect, emotional neglect. You didn't get that proper emotional care and love that you needed, especially when you started in a time of need. And so then that could translate into, well, I try opening up and telling people what bothered me, and look what they got me. So now I'm closed off to myself. I don't want to deal with nobody. Yeah, I think it definitely could. It could affect in a lot of different ways. And something else I was thinking about um, was even depression, like anything. For some reason, when it comes to the so-called Black community, nothing is a big deal. Nothing.
that's
Everything,
it.
nothing. Everything is swept under the rug. What you depressed for? You ain't been through nothing.
You just a child, you don't have oh,
But
I used to hate when people say that to me. You so young, you have no reason to be tired. You young, you ain't been through nothing in life. Like you don't even understand or know. First of all, you don't know me. Let me just start there. You don't know me. You don't know the things that I've been through. You don't know the things that I've seen. You don't know what life I have lived. Like you don't know. Like,
and
oh my
then
God,
and then I was gonna say spiritual warfare is real on children too. So
it
it's
is.
like I ain't gotta have lived in Section 8 to I ain't gotta have lived in Section 8 to um be battling spirit depression.
Uh, I had wanted to I had a couple videos that I wanted to share, but I wanted to. Ooh, Lord, sorry, y'all. I need to wash my hair. I wanted to show y'all the video. It's not this video. But this is, I'll say this is related to what I wanted to show y'all, but I couldn't show y'all the other one because she was cussing too much. And I was like, dang, she was cussing too much. But it's a clip on YouTube, but it's going to explain what I was kind of talking about. But okay.
I don't know. When I told you I didn't want to play house no more, you stopped playing it with me. And when I grew up, I realized like that was not an appropriate game for kids to play because there's not no such thing as house. I protected her name as long as I could. I don't know. When I told you.
So basically, they was having a conversation about why their relationship is the way with their sister now, and how, like, when they was younger, like, they was trying to play, like, the older sister was trying to play house with the younger sisters. And so when she started speaking out about it, like, they try to, like, deny it, and they try to start saying, like, that ain't what happened and all this other stuff. But, like, kids don't be making up stuff, and that's not something that you hold on to. And she's grown now. So it's just like, I really feel like, sometimes it be taken for children or for you to speak out, like, in the public, so that those people, so, like, basically, so it can be accounted for. But
So like, yeah, I
it's
got a
like,
call. What did I
oh,
miss?
I played this video about Krishan. Well, it's on YouTube. I couldn't play the original video that I wanted to play because she was cussing too much. So I found this one, but it's like a house meeting or whatever. It's just like a whole meeting with her and
Mm-hmm.
her siblings, and she was just saying about, like, um when her older sister was, like, making them play house. And I was like, stuff like that, it messes up the bond in the family. It puts spirits on everybody. But they was trying to make her seem like, oh, she don't know what she talking about, this ain't happened. And everybody just sitting around just looking, like, the girl not making it up. Like, I'm
Right.
pretty like, she's not making it up. Kids don't just go making up stuff.
Right. And people we kids remember stuff. Kids remember stuff. So,
That stuff is traumatic. That stuff isn't like,
but and I guess here's my like question, my concern. I think it also goes back to the guardians and the parents that are in the households, because it's like, where's the supervision? Like,
right.
why is that even allowed? How do they even know how do they, we know it's all spirits, but like, how do you know what house playing house is? How do you know to do that? Where did you learn that from?
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing on that right there. I wanted to. I couldn't. Lord, I didn't have time to find a video, but it's a whole breakdown on how that. Well, as far as, like, their family is, it's just like an example of what happened. So I believe it started with the grandparents on the father's side, and the grandfather, um, you know, um I'll say, hurting the his daughter. But um her brother, which would be Krishan's father, ended up, that was that family right there, ended up starting his own family and then repeating the same thing of his father, so hurting the children like that. So it's like trickled down through the bloodline. So I'm
And then
like,
kids take it on as if it's a game or something.
mhm.
Yeah, that stuff is sick.
And then their cousin was talking about it, and they basically saying, like, they didn't think it was anything wrong with it until they were getting older and was like, hold on, like, wait, like, what is really going on? And I think that it takes away a child's innocence. It takes away the innocence. It takes away um a sense of safety and security. And um it just really needs to be making sure we looking out for our babies and making sure that we having channels where they can speak and making sure, because I know a lot of children still have to, um, even in the public, like children still have to attend public school and things like that. And you never know what's going on in other children's household to be exposed to your children. So just food for thought on that point. But
I think definitely. And that's why it's a blessing to be in this truth that we can train up children in all such commandments, and that anything that we did that we don't have to, Lord willing, pass that down to our kids, or anything we experience, we don't have to pass that down to our kids. That we can do better and start with them. Um, because things do get passed down the bloodline, and some of these things we battle, and that are generational curses, and so we don't want to. We're trying to build generational wealth, okay? And most of
con,
that's keeping these laws, such commandments, and train up, and protecting our children to the best of our ability, and helping them to the best of our ability, because you can buy your kids all the shoes and clothes and toys they want, but if they don't got the laws of the Most High, and if you're not cleaning yourself up, cleaning your spirit up, and working on you, so you
con.
don't pass down the same traumas. It's like it's just for show. But a
con.
lot of times we don't know how to. But a lot of times our community, we don't know how to. We don't know how to do that. We don't know how to do that. All we know is, I'm gonna just buy her whatever she want, and I'm gonna be the best parent in the world. That's all we know.
I'm gonna give them what I didn't have.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna
it's
give
it's
exactly.
you need to pour into them the spirit that you wish you had instead of the. And that was one of my points in my notes, like making sure, because along with the topic, like a lot of times with what we talking about, the dangers of what goes on in the house stays in the house. Like the inside of the house is dirty. It's dirty. It's just all manner of wickedness and filthiness going on. But then when you step outside, you better pull it together. You better have a smile on your face. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. You have it together. And so, I think the same thing spiritually, just making sure. I think that's a very beautiful foundation of making sure the Most High is your foundation, and that way the inside can match the outside, and you're not just pretending and just going around and pretending like everything is okay because everything is okay.
Kind. And you gotta think, man, children, they're so precious. And the Most High, these are the Most High children, and children are a gift from the Lord. And it's heartbreaking because we are these children voices. Kids don't know how to defend themselves. And so
Mm-hmm.
it breaks my heart when kids are victims of sexual assault and abuse, and know who's gonna stand up for them. We're supposed to be their voice. We're supposed to protect them. We're the ones that's supposed to love them. And of course, the Spirit of the Most High, He loves them and protects them. But He's given us that stewardship. He's given us that job, that responsibility, as mortal parents, as mortal guardians, whatever the case may be. If you care for children, He's given us that stewardship to look after them. And so our negligence to that is basically our negligence to
The
the
Lord
Most High,
car.
because we're supposed to train up our children the way they should go so they don't depart from it. We're the ones that's supposed to show the children the right way, show them how they should be loved, show them how they should be treated, show them the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, show them how not to follow our footsteps. And we do that, by not passing these same things down, because as we pass things down, they're just going to be like us. They're just going to continue to walk into it's going to be just continue a negative toxic cycle. So, you know, we got to do better for our children, for our children's children.
Con.
We don't know how long we're gonna be here, so we gotta get ourselves together so we can have, so the next generation can have a better shot than we did.
Con. And I forgot. Dang, I forgot what I was about to say.
And I don't know. I seen this video, and I don't know what's up with and I don't know. We really have just lost our way. We really have. I don't like. There's this It's just so sad to see the state of our young princesses. You know, so you could see a 9-year old dressing like a 20-year old, and we really just have lost our way. That's why we got to come back to these law, statutes, and commandments because it's bad out here, child.
That's true. And I was also thinking of like the damage that it causes, like just mentally, the damage that it causes. So lucky, y'all. I was reading. Sorry. I was reading my notes. But just mental illnesses that comes with that thing, or the brokenness in spirit that happens with that. And then like our people not having anybody to rebuild them up. And then like the way life is, it's like you got to keep going because it's always something else, like that young lady or young man, because things don't only happen to young women. Sometimes things happen to young men as well. Um, being honest and transparent. Um, you know, taking time to pour into our young people is very important, especially when you don't know them, especially when you do not know them. I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, well, don't hang around people that's not in the truth," and things like that. But be the light wherever you go. Nobody's saying that you got to be best friends, but our people need a sense of hope, and you being set apart, you are that light. You know, if you are a teacher, those children need you. If it's young children that cleave to you, and some sisters, kids just be cleaving to them, they don't even know why, because
Yeah.
you
Never
put there
know
to
who
be
you're
that light.
helping. You never
Say it
know.
again.
You never know who you're helping. You never know who life you're making a difference in. And my head sent me something the other day, and it says somebody's learning how to be a better person by watching you. And so you just never know. You gotta remember, Christ, he sat down with the sinners. Okay, that's who he was around because he was being that light and that example to them. Like the sister said, you don't gotta be best friends with them, but you know,
Be
keep
the
that.
light.
Yeah, you need to leave it there. Yeah, keep
Be that light. Cause like I said, a lot of our people don't have that. A lot of our people don't, like Sister Abarriyah was saying, like they don't even know how to fix it and put the pieces back together. Something traumatic has happened to them and they don't have nobody to talk to about it. I had wanted to go into like for school, I wanted to do like middle school counseling, and maybe that's something I'll still do, but I feel like that middle school, that right there, it's a pivotal moment in their life. Like they just coming out of elementary school and they about to go to high school. So it really determine who they about to be. But that age range right there is a very important
I
developmental
think,
age.
and
Huh?
I was going to say, I think I've heard that somewhere before. I've definitely heard that before
I don't
because
know. I
somebody,
just made that up.
yeah, I've heard that from somebody before though. That's real because I think I can't even remember, but I remember somebody saying something like because when they get to high school, it's too it's too late.
Yeah, I feel that's how I feel when they get to high school, baby. They already got their mind made up.
Okay,
Okay,
look, they be in
I'm
high
gonna be
school.
a rapper. I'm gonna be a basketball player or whatever they want to be, a doctor, a lawyer, whatever. But a lot of times, like in middle school, like our
Because
our, our babies are still figuring out who they are. You know, they're still developing. Their brains are still developing. They experiencing hormones that they never experienced before. You know, and so look
probably their
look
first
out
time
for
in
you.
their cycle,
Mhm.
puberty. It's a lot of
Yes.
changes happening, and around that
In
time of
middle
life.
school, yeah.
They
Mhm.
they exploring, okay?
Yeah.
They exploring because when they get to high school, they just gonna keep building off of what they did in middle school.
Mhm.
Because in high school now all that's being drilled into you is college. So when they get to high school, right now they just trying to mature and get ready for college.
Mhm.
Some of them, or they just trying to live life and live life,
Child.
live life. This off topic, but I was just asking my head. I was like, since when did life become like I I can't stand this place, but since when did life become? Since when did having a good life be um traveling in the club? Because I know I'm just speaking for people my age. I know for people of my age that I know back home, all I what back home what back in Texas or in Tennessee, all I see is people my age at the club, getting drunk, traveling, graduating from college, getting drunk high. And I was just asking my head, since when did that become life? Like,
Girl, that's been besides like the traveling part. Well, I'll say people still did want to travel,
like
but
people
like
really still
that
go to the clubs? Like, that's fun and
that
cool?
that been that's the culture, girl. Girl, that's
Like,
the culture.
since when did that become, oh, I'm living my best life?
That's the that
Like,
been the culture. That's when what you think when older women be like, you better live it up in your 20s because by the time you get 30, they what they call it the HO phase. You better have your.
that's horrible.
That's what they be saying.
That's horrible.
Live your
And
life.
then so when we say we're not doing that and we want to live a quiet life at home, now we weird. We weird because we don't want to pop bottles in the club. I'll be weird then.
Somebody clip that. Somebody clip that. No, for real.
I just
Yeah.
get tired of it, bro. Like that's all I see. And then that's why you gotta know. That's why there's certain things and certain people you actually can't be around. You actually can't follow because then that open the door to spirits. Like, dang, bro, I'm missing out. You ain't missing out on nothing.
Nope. I did want to when I was still in the world, I did want to travel, but I just wanted to travel. That was the thing that I wanted to do because I was interested in understanding people. My thing was I want to go here. I do want to see the world, but I want to understand people. I want to understand why do these people do this or why do these people do that. It was never a thing of like I want to go to the club over here. It was
Mm-hmm.
I want to experience the people and the culture. So
Mm-hmm.
before it was like right because I started following the law, statutes, and commandments in 2020. So like right before that, it's so crazy. I had a trip that I was planning to go to Bali. Um, Lord, for my birthday. Child. I had a trip planned to go.
Get litty.
Um, look, the following year in 2020, I was supposed to go in 2020, but then that's when COVID and all that happened, and then everything was shut down. And then I started learning. I was like, the Lord just shut everything down. Like I
Yeah.
wasn't able to do
That's
anything.
how it be. I don't know if it's like that for most people, but that definitely was for me because right before I found out about the truth my senior year in high school. I kid you not, I had got accepted into a college in London. I had my lease signed. I was about to go live in London, and I was gonna go to college in London. And I thought that's where I was headed. Child, I had so much stuff planned, and then I found out about the truth, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to London. I'm not going to London. I'm not going to London.
You would have been over there.
Yeah,
Hello, Abarriyah.
I was. And it's just crazy. It's just crazy because I'm thankful that it's all praise to the Most High. You know, all praise to the Most High for His mercy and grace that we're able to repent from lifestyles.
Con. All
Praises.
praises to the Most High. And I think that's the thing that we need to also think about, like as far as like this topic, just being thankful to the Most High,
Yeah.
just being thankful
Yeah.
that He's given us discernment and wisdom to know right from wrong, good from evil, and just being able to have a voice to speak up and having the courage to bring these things out because a lot of people like the sister in the comments was saying, it's like a little bit of Stockholm syndrome where you don't want to speak up or you're afraid to talk about these things. But this is the Helpmeets Hangout, and we're going to help our sisters
And this
too.
is where that helped me hang out. Hey, because this is
Okay.
where it helped me hang out.
That was ugly.
But yeah, y'all.
uh,
We just gotta
Ain't no secrets in Israel. Ain't no respect. And I'm gonna say another thing. Ain't no respect of persons either. No
okay.
respect of persons. Ain't no, oh, that's the elder. Oh no, the elder. No, that one is Susanna. Oh, you have waxed old in wickedness. Okay.
Okay.
The
Oh,
most.
I'm glad you brought that out because I actually just read Susanna yesterday. I actually just read Susanna, and something that I caught was I don't think I ever really paid attention to it, but the men that were being wicked and lusting after her, they were elders. So it be the
They was
people that you
elders.
don't expect. It be the people in your clique. It be the people that seem like they got all the knowledge, got all together. It be the main ones tripping out. That's why you can't have respected persons because they were elders. Everybody had already believed them.
Everybody had respected
Everybody had
person.
believed them. Yeah, they didn't even examine the matter how they
I
were
want to
supposed
read
to.
what Daniel called him.
You supposed to examine the whole matter. Answer first. Let me just read it. I'll just read it. Then you rebuke. They didn't even do that. And so it just made me think, see, bro, that's why you can't have respect to persons. This Sirach 11:7. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth, understand first, and then rebuke. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause, neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk. So that's how we're supposed to be moving. And something I was like, see, just because they elders, just because it don't matter. It don't matter how old nobody is. It don't matter if they older than you, if they in their 30s and you might be in your 20s, or if they in their 50s and you in your 30s, and it don't matter. It don't matter.
This Susanna 1 and 50, I'm gonna read 51 and 52. It say, then Daniel said unto them, put these two aside, one far from another, and I will examine them. Okay, this where the police get they tactics from the Bible. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. 52. So when they were put asunder one from another, he called one of them and said, O thou that are waxing old in wickedness, now thy sins which thou hast committed aforetime are come to light.
Mm. And that
Okay?
right there made me think, look, you can't hide from the Most High.
Okay.
You can't hide from the Most High. The Most High gonna expose it. He gonna expose it. He gonna
Every
expose us.
time.
This Sirach 1:29. Be not a hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so God discovered thy secrets, and cast thee down in midst of congregation, because thou camest not in truth to the fear of the Lord, but thy heart is full of deceit. So even like we talking about now, we try to keep these secrets in these families, in these households. The Most High gonna bring it to the light. He gonna bring it to the light. If somebody ain't gonna stay quiet
I was
forever,
going to, oh,
you gonna
yes,
be
that's a
getting
good
exposed.
transition. I got something I want to say. Go ahead, finish. I'm sorry.
That's all I have to say.
The Lord gonna choose somebody to stand up and speak up. I want to watch this real quick. It's like 2-ish. It's like a minute and 30 seconds or whatever. But I wanted y'all to see this because this stuff really be happening. So hold on, bear with me.
Here's the viral hack that's making people rich. If you've been in the
y'all. Look, the Most High, He don't play. You can't hide from the Most High. He got His eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Sirach 23:18-19. He sees everything, and He gonna expose us if we claim it and perceive it to be something, and we in behind closed doors be somebody and something different. And even in these families, somebody gonna get up, and somebody gonna be the rebellious one. And
So-called
exactly,
because they standing up and speaking for themselves.
Exactly.
The Lord gonna pour some wisdom down on somebody like He poured wisdom down on Daniel. Now, of course, what I'm about to show y'all, these people are in the world, but y'all need to see. Okay, I'm about to turn it up. Hold on. I hope it don't get crazy. I hope it don't get crazy.
My mom to take accountability for everything she's done for me. I wanted her to, really say, I've done this and say, I'm sorry. Like, she's never done that.
Tell me about your relationship with your mom.
I feel like it's always been strange. Like, it's always weird. Like, I don't know. She'll always make sure to post pictures of me on Facebook to make the relationship seem like we're like best friends, and we're not.
You said earlier that she was abusive. Was she always abusive?
Yeah, she was always abusive. I remember the first time she was abusive was like, I think I was coming in late, and she went out to go look for me, and when she found me, she whooped me with a belt that was rolled in 2 rolls of duct tape on the way into the house. And I remember she hit me in the eye, and I was like, you hit me in the eye. And she was like, I don't care. Like, and she kept with me. And when we got in the house, she poured rice on the floor, made me kneel and rise. And then she picked me up and choked me higher than she was. And she dropped me. And when I was going up the stairs, I thought I was about to die. And so like I passed out and I got scared that I was gonna get in trouble for passing out. And so I fell down the stairs and I woke myself back up and went back to bed, because I didn't want to get in trouble.
Sorry. I just want to make sure. I know this is a show, but I need to just make sure you're comfortable sharing these stories.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure. How old were you at that time?
I was like 8 or 9.
Okay, good. Did she do anything else to you?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be over little stuff. First of all, I don't even like peanuts. Why are you whooping me because there's a bowl of peanut butter under the bed? Or it's like there's a peanut wrapper somewhere, and it's like I'm getting whooped because her house isn't clean. And it's like, I'm 12 or I'm 8 or I'm 9. Why am I cleaning the whole house? Or there was like, it was just a bunch of times like that. Or a time she tried to fight me because I got raped. And I told her, and long story, like she tried to chase me out the house. That was the last time like we really talked,
How did she finally get caught?
I told.
Okay.
I told. Yeah, it was getting too much. Like she beat someone else's in the house's back open. Like you could see the meat on his back. And so I told the nurse at school and I told them to check and they did.
And she was arrested?
Not then, but yeah, she was.
Okay, yeah.
I'm talking about she exposing Shawty in front of the whole.
That's what I mean when I say the Lord will put the spirit on somebody to open their mouth and tell, because
that's horrible, man.
You're not gonna get away with it for long.
Narcissistic. She in the back talking about, girl, she not lying.
She looks so mean. She looks so mean.
She looked like she got a demon on her.
She just looks so mean. And then like when I had watched the rest of it, it was just so sad. And I was just like, people really, like, children really be going through stuff like this. That's why you can't, like,
yeah.
And it took the nurses. It took her to speak up for the nurses to go check on the little boy, his back. I think it was her brother, her back. His back being like the what'd she say, the meat or something being
See, that's a prime example of what they say. Everybody can have children, but everybody don't need to be no mother
at all.
Everybody don't need kids, and everybody shouldn't have kids. But Most High, he gotta it gotta be wickedness on the earth too. Most High's just, it gotta be, everything ain't gonna be good. That's why this place gotta fall, man. That's why Yahawashi gotta come back, because this work iniquity just gonna continue to increase.
So
Love wax cold. And iniquity is just gonna continue to just go up. We really ain't. And that's like, there's this documentary I watched on Netflix, and I don't even know why I watched it. It was absolutely horrifying. It was just heartbreaking. But I think it was called the Murder of Gabriel, or what was the little boy name? He was like 8. Let me see. What was his name?
What's that girl name that was in the wheelchair? Her mother kept telling her she was sick, but it wasn't real. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. That stuff like that is crazy too. Some of these parents be having mental illnesses.
Yeah, but his name was Gabriel Fernandez, and basically, he was getting abused by his mom and his stepdad, and they would keep him. It was horrible, y'all. It's on Netflix. It's a documentary, but they basically would like keep him in a cage or somewhere in a dark closet. And he had siblings. He had 2 siblings, and the siblings weren't getting abused, but he was. And sometimes the siblings were forced to watch, and the siblings never said nothing because they were scared, and the parents told them not to, or they'd get abused as well.
Is that the one where they was putting him in a closet? He had to stay in the closet, and he would go to the bathroom and stuff in there and everything. Yeah, that was crazy. Lord, child, I'm gonna have to go say a prayer. Cause my spirit be heavy about stuff like that. That stuff is just insane.
Yeah, my spirit, when it comes to stuff like that, my spirit is real sensitive. That's why I don't watch murder documentaries no more. I don't watch nothing. I don't really like, and even watching the news is about murder is as far as I'm gonna get. Reading the news about murders that's happened, but that's as far as it's gonna get. But I don't watch documentaries stuff like that no more. My spirit too sensitive for that because
Mm-hmm.
that stuff is real sad. And it's like kids that be so innocent and the parents just fell them, and it's like it breaks my heart because he was going to school with bruises, and it's like
Nobody ain't say nothing.
yeah, it is like a lot of time, and it's crazy because this happens more often than we think. I I read up a lot about this stuff. I don't watch documentaries, but I read up a lot. It happens more often than we think. A lot of these teachers and it be felt like the teachers and the what do they call it? The child protective service system, the
Mm-hmm.
family services. What's the people that come to your
Child
house? Social
protective
services.
services. Oh, social service.
Yeah, they be failing the kids because like you saw them bruises on that boy. Yeah, they be seeing these kids, and
Some
it's
people be trying to get that check though. Like the foster parent. Now that really be
they be
making me
dirty and
mad
filthy too.
because why do you have all these children to get these checks and you out here abusing them? Like what? Just so you can have a check? That's insane. That's insane. I really think that's insane.
Yeah, but yeah, and that just goes to show like we're gonna keep this a secret, and when they finally felt safe when the parents were arrested and the kids were when they were interrogated, they finally end up telling the police everything and just how scared they were and that they were told they couldn't say
Mm,
nothing. And it's like, and we know that spirit of fear is just Satan, but it's like even and I can't say like the kids shouldn't have not been scared because I can't imagine what they felt. But
mm-hmm.
it's like that just goes a prime example of what goes on in his house is gonna stay in his house. That's a prime
God.
example. And I think that the kids were there and saw him die. I think
Mm.
he had punched him so hard that he died, and he was already going through a lot.
Frail.
They
He was
would
probably
burn him
real.
with cigarettes. They
Mm.
would starve him. He really wouldn't eat. I think he had to eat feces, if I'm not mistaken. So they
Mm.
did a number on him. They did a number on him.
You was going to the jailhouse.
Yeah, and they
You need
that
to go up under the jail.
and then that wasn't even the stepdad's son. So his father, the boy real daddy, got to live with that for the rest of his life. That his son is no longer here because two crazy people was wicked.
You could have just gave me my child if you ain't if that's what you was gonna
Exactly.
do.
And what makes me even more mad, people get off on that stuff, bro. People get off on that. They enjoy hurting children.
No,
They be
I
bloody.
believe it. I was watching something like that where I forgot what happened. I forgot what happened. I don't even know where I was watching this, but this couple and they had all these children and they ended up like putting different like bracelets on them when they went to sleep, like chains on them. So if they got up in the middle of the night, they would it would sound off and make a sound because the kids was trying to get out of bed because they wasn't feeding them babies. And like when CPS or social service will come to like check the house, they will hide everything because I think they had like a friend or something in the system that would like tell them when they about to have a check or something like that. But it was crazy. It was crazy. But they finally got caught because they went up there one day randomly and the police went in there and seen that they had chains hanging from next to the bed of handcuffing the kids to the bed so they wouldn't get out the bed to eat. Because and then they had cameras in there, so they was, first of all, that's how you know they was dumb. They was recording themselves, so the police when they went in there, all the footage of how they was abusing those children was on there. And so I said they don't even really be sorry about what they did. They be sorry because they got caught, which is sick. Their
Yeah, they just be
possession.
sad. They just be mad because they got caught, and that's like there's this movie on Netflix. I forgot the name of it, and it was too much. I couldn't even watch it. I couldn't even watch the whole thing. I just kind of skimmed through it, and it was a few months ago. But I just ended up reading on it. It was a true story. Um, Basically, it was these parents. They had other children. They had two daughters, I believe, and these parents they were They were going through a rough financial hard time. And the dude, the husband went over to this lady house, and he was just kind of venting or whatever. And he was like, he basically was like, she basically was like, oh, well, I'll watch your children for you. Mind you, he don't know this lady. He don't know nothing about this lady. He don't know nothing about what she got going on in her home. She had like 8 other kids plus other kids she was watching. So her house was full of kids. It was just her. She had a dude in and out the house. She was a drug addict. But anyway, she offered to watch his children. This is a true story. It's a I don't know the name of the movie. It's on Netflix, so it's a documentary. And the little description will probably tell you. But anyways, he ended up, so they agreed that he would pay her $20 a week to watch both of his 2 daughters. To make
Girl, not $20 a week.
Basically to make, and this is like in the 19 something. So
Oh,
make a
okay.
long story short, the girl was really pretty. She's a very pretty little girl. She's very pretty. I think she's Edomite, but I don't know for sure. She was very pretty. And to make a long story short, the lady oldest daughter was jealous of her. So she made up a lie. Mom believed the daughter. So she ended up abusing this girl, tying her down in the attic and abusing her, and ended up killing her. And the kids from school would come and watch and laugh. They would partake in the abuse. And some kids were forced to partake in it. Her sister was forced to watch her get abused, all because of some jealousy and because the girl was pretty and because of a lie. And she ended up dying. And so I was genuinely confused, because I was like, how did the parents not go check on their own child? How do you leave your child with a stranger because you want to go off and
Some people be on drugs.
Go off and go. I think they had like their own business, so they went out to go like get more money for the business or kind of make the business boom, help it boom or whatever. So they went on kind of like a tour, and so it's like, but how
You
does
ain't never call them. You ain't never check on them. You ain't know your antennas ain't never
actually,
go up.
oh yes, I remember they did see their parents, but the again another scenario of don't say nothing. The sister was so scared to speak up and say something because she was scared that she would get it too. And so when she came to see her, when their parents came to see them, she wouldn't say
Girl, I
nothing.
would have been whispering in my mama ear. They beating
And
us.
and see, that's what makes me mad,
Ooh,
is because like, of course, kids, they don't know no,
yeah.
they don't know no better. They just, I can
Kids
like,
don't be trying to get in trouble.
yeah, but it's like, I mean, your parents are right there. Like, how could you? It's just
It's
kids.
heartbreaking.
They just be scared. They don't be knowing. They really be feeling like I'm gonna be next, so they don't say nothing. And the girl, she died, and the parents, they had to deal with that for the rest of their life. So
that's another fine line: discipline and abuse. Discipline and abuse. Know the difference. You are supposed to, chastise your children and make sure they know right from wrong and things like that. And if they need a little punishment, put them on punishment. But abuse, we ain't with all of that.
But this is a real good episode.
All praises. I had one closing precept that I wanted to read. In Sirach 23:19, it says, "Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts." So if you want to behold in secrets out here, just know the Most High is going to get up with you.
Yeah, and I just finna say, the Most High, He's gonna reward and render to every man their deeds. So these people being wicked, abusing these children, keeping nasty, filthy secrets, and even us in this truth, portraying to be something that we're not, behind closed doors, a whole demon. The Most High is going to get up with you,
and that goes for sisters that's older too, dealing with stuff like that.
It ain't nobody exempt. If you are not being sincere, if you are not keeping these commandments, especially if you being wicked behind closed doors, you portraying you're a wolf and you're a wolf in sheep's clothing. The Most High is going to get up with you. So we all need to continue to repent, protect these children at all costs, protect our spirit, get our spirits right, so we don't pass these same things down to these kids, and get ourselves together before Yahawashi come back.
Let's not be hypocrites, okay? Let's continue to work on it, improving ourselves. And I pray, sisters, we continue to heal. And if sisters are enduring through healing through something like this, make sure we throwing up the prayers for y'all. We definitely love y'all, and most high willing, this was edifying.
Lord willing, this is edifying. We love y'all. Call it Yahawashi. And happy feast dedication to those keeping and it's about to keep. Shalawam.
Happy new moon to you.